Read the room, my dudes. Read the room. Hey besties, and welcome back to another Sustainability Sunday, where every Sunday I try to give you tips on how to live more sustainably without hugely affecting your way of life or costing a lot. We're heading into a recession, okay? Life is expensive. Sustainability doesn't need to be. Earlier this week, we talked about how influencers lie a lot. I feel like why not keep to the theme this week? Part of our problem with sustainability is influencers and content creators and the culture around them, even sustainability content creators. So buckle up while I unleash about how people that are supposed to be helping you become more sustainable are actually a part of the problem. Let's start with the most obvious contradiction. Influencers thrive on consumerism. Hauls do really, really well, and influencers make money off of that. We've already addressed this in my video earlier this week, but yes, if somebody posts something with a link to buy it or says, comment this for a link, they will end up getting a commission if you buy it from their link. So yes, buying things, promoting you to buy things are in an influencer's best interest. Is that sustainable? Even PR, it's consuming so much. Is that sustainable? Sustainability is about consuming less, consuming mindfully, using what you already have. You don't need new items. See how that kind of goes against everything that influencers represent? The amount of eco-friendly or sustainable content creators that I see online, they're still telling people, buy this, buy that, buy this to be more sustainable, buy this to be more sustainable. That's not what sustainability is. And it's giving sustainability a bad rap. I'm not saying that people can't promote products online and talk about sustainability. Hey, I do both. But I also acknowledge that a big part of sustainability is using what you already have. And buying something new is not the same as using what you already have. I've always been very upfront about that. I will never say, you need to get this. I will be very upfront about it. But honestly, the system itself, the algorithm, it pushes content creators to overconsume just to be relevant. And that's a problem that we haven't even discussed yet. There's also the influencer marketing. How many content creators are paying attention to the brands they're promoting versus how many content creators are offered a brand deal and accept it because they need money? I look into things that I'm offered to promote. I do my research. I could be taking on a lot more brand deals than I do and making a lot more money than I do. But I want to stay honest. I only want to promote products that I will actually use. I only want to promote things that I think are genuinely good products. Not every content creator feels that way. A lot of the time, content creators will be approached by brands that are very much just greenwashed. And they'll be like, hey, we want you to promote this. We want you to say XYZ. This is our script. Please recite this. And then the content creators do. They're perpetuating these, I don't even want to say they're lies, because some of the products might be more natural, but at the end of the day, they're greenwashed products that these content creators are promoting because they didn't do more research. They don't know all the intricacies of the brands. They don't look into it. They're just spouting the same greenwashing propaganda that the brands are spouting. It's sort of a double-edged sword though, because yeah, it's awesome if you get more people interested in sustainability that way. All for it. But at the same time, you might be teaching them that sustainability is something that it's not. And that's a problem. It's all optics for a lot of content creators. And if I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Sustainability is about a million little changes. It's about things that are such a natural part of your day, you don't even realize is a sustainability swap. Of course, we have the PR package dilemma. We have haul culture. We have people being sent everything under the sun for free. Which, awesome, get that bag. I'm not saying that getting PR is a bad thing. Not by a long shot. Get that bag, sis. Or bro, or friend. We don't need to use gendered pronouns around here. I love PR packages. I love getting them. I love watching people unbox them. But I'm just going to be upfront and say the amount of waste in a lot of the PR packages is insane. Especially when it is for eco-friendly content creators to send a package with that much waste. Read the room, my dudes. Read the room. That's to the brands, not just the content creators, but read the room. Let's talk about the fact that the algorithm requires even eco-friendly influencers to overconsume though. We touched on that earlier. Let's get more into that. Coming from a content creator, the algorithm controls everything. The algorithm controls if people see my videos, the algorithm controls if I'm recommended to people, the algorithm controls everything. You know what the algorithm loves? Hauls. unboxings, videos that keep people around. The longer people stay around, the more the algorithm promotes them. Same thing for the more likes a video gets. Same thing for the more comments a video gets. Same thing for the more shares a video gets. If somebody's unboxing something, that pulls in new audiences because they want to see what this big thing is that this person is unboxing. So already the algorithm is fond of that. And then if people start clicking on links, if people start commenting because they want the link, that's promoting it in the algorithm. The algorithm promotes consumption. And if you watch one haul video, it's gonna keep suggesting you more and more hauls. Therefore, for creators, haul videos have always been the biggest selling point. Haul videos are so popular. The algorithm loves hauls. Sustainability doesn't. The algorithm always wants fresh content. They want things to be new. They want you to change up your background. They want you to look picture perfect. They want you to change up your entire home every single season because people love that. That's what people are talking about. People want Halloween decor, so you need to get your Halloween decor out. Come winter, people want Christmas decor, so you have to have Christmas decor out. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it doesn't matter, it's what the algorithm wants. This can cause so much waste, and this is the exact opposite of sustainability. And that's the trap that so many creators fall into. If you do this as a full-time job, you want to do what the algorithm wants because you want to be promoted. You want to be getting paid to do your full-time job. What's the point of creating content if nobody views it, right? Exactly, you want the algorithm to like you. So then people fall into the trap where they're stuck doing things that go against what they want to do. At least when you're a sustainability creator, it goes against what you want to do. For all I know, you could love doing these kinds of things if you're not a sustainability creator. But in order for creators to stay relevant on the platform, we're being forced to do non-sustainable things. It's so ironic that sustainability creators have to do unsustainable things to be relevant to keep their job. So what do we do about this? How do we move forward? What can creators do? For starters, I still say creators need to be more careful about what they themselves are consuming and what they themselves are putting out there. Pay attention to the brands that you're working with. Don't work with a brand just because they say, hey, we want to work with you. Do your research before you agree to work with a brand. They might not actually be sustainable. They might be more wasteful. But honestly, content creators, show your real self and your sustainable side. You can see behind me is messy. It's true. I don't have an aesthetic kitchen because it's not worth the money I would have to spend. Keep in mind, we're in a rental. If I wanted to upgrade, I'm sure that the landlord would let me. But if I want to get all new cabinets and countertops, the amount that would cost just to have a more aesthetic kitchen, not worth it. Not worth it and not sustainable. I'm gonna show y'all my real kitchen. It is sustainable the way it is. This is my home. This is how my home runs. I'll be very honest about the fact that I use an old minced garlic jar to hold my glass straws. I'm not gonna hide that. That is sustainability in action. There's literally no better example than that. I'm not gonna lie or hide things about myself. I'm not changing up my background constantly. Do I feel like it would definitely keep me more relevant? Yeah. On Instagram, am I doing an entire series redoing my apartment? Yes. But I've been in this apartment for 3 years now. And this is all stuff I've had since before I even moved in. I'm finally making my apartment someplace that feels like home. And yes, I'm thrifting the vast majority of it. I'm not saying that you can't trust sustainability content creators. Most of them have their hearts in the right place. The algorithm just kind of screws us over. Just keep in mind, be mindful about their content. Be mindful about what you consume. And I don't just mean content-wise. Be mindful about your consumption. For example, if you already have microfiber cloths that you use for cleaning and you love, and then a content creator says these are the best microfiber cloths, you don't need new ones if you already have ones that you love. If you genuinely love a product, you don't need to upgrade it just because some content creator says that it's better. It might not be better. If you already have something that you love, why fix what's not broken? Creators, don't try to shove products down your followers' throats. Promote mindful consumption. That is what is most important. Mindful consumption. Yes, no one's going to be completely zero waste. People are going to consume, but consume mindfully. Creators, be transparent about who you're sponsored by and do your research into them. Please don't just spout whatever a brand wants you to say. Actually do your research. Tell the brand, I will report the good and the bad. And if they say no, is that really a brand that you want to promote? I was in talks with a brand that gave me a script they wanted me to recite, and I said no. I said, I would like to test this out and I will give my honest opinion, positive or negative. And they said, no, we need you to follow this script. So I said no. It wasn't an ad read that they wanted me to do. It was a genuine, they wanted me to claim it was my own opinion. but it was their script. I was not doing that. Do you really want to promote brands if you can't say the truth about them? And creators, please encourage your following to use what they already have. That is the biggest thing that they can do. That is the easiest change, but it also has the biggest impact. What's that? You have an old water bottle that you don't use anymore? Okay, awesome. There's a vase. Perfect. I know I've mentioned multiple times my garlic jar for my glass straws. I use jars for everything. I put everything in jars. I repurpose everything. That doesn't bring me money on Amazon, but I don't care. Yes, it would help me if people bought things from my Amazon storefront. It definitely would make my life easier if I was bringing in more income that way. But it's not always sustainable. So yeah, besties, influencers might make sustainability look like this beautiful, easy thing online. And it is easy, but it's not what they always portray it as. Most people can't live on a farm, grow their own food, milk their own cows. That's not most people. You know what most people have? They have a normal kitchen. They reuse jars for storage. They reuse everything that they can. That's actual normal sustainability. What you see most influencers posting is generally pretty wasteful. Don't get me started on when they need every new phone as soon as it's released because it has a better camera, so they're buying it to upgrade their content for you, which awesome, they're upgrading their content, but you don't need every new device when it comes out. We've talked about that before. Behind the scenes, sustainability influencers, it's messy. It's messy and it's complicated and it's a battle of right and wrong in most content creators' heads because we want to be sustainable, but the algorithm doesn't want us to be. You kind of have to choose one. That's why I'm a variety channel. I am not solely sustainability because Lord knows the algorithm would not be pushing me if I was solely sustainability. What do you think? Can sustainability influencers ever be sustainable? Can influencer culture in general ever be more sustainable? Because we're talking about a certain niche here, but influencer culture in general is very not sustainable. Let's not get started about every single week's Amazon deals of the week everywhere. At this point, as much as I hate to say it, a big part of me feels like influencer culture is just a lost cause, including sustainability influencer culture. I don't want it to be a lost cause, but it feels like it is. If you do want to hear more about how influencers have been lying, make sure you watch Wednesday's video about the biggest lies that influencers have told, because apparently this is Influencers Exposed Week, and I guess we're rolling with that. I mean, I'm not mad about it. Not at all. Could I really be mad about it when it was my own idea? Comment down below your opinion on sustainability versus influencers, because can they coexist? Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and then alternating Mondays and Fridays. Every Sunday is Sustainability Sunday, so if you're here for sustainability, bet. See you next Sunday. When you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, otherwise YouTube will never tell you when I post a new video. It's a little bit broken like that. While you're at it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It helps a lot more than you know. Let's try to boost in the algorithm when I'm not doing a haul, because algorithm and sustainability don't necessarily get along that great. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
I don't know, but I've been told the world outside is oh so cold. So cold.